Hey guys, so I am just back from seeing Hamilton. Oh, and Penny, my dog here, wants to say hi. Welcome, by the way, to Mr. Robin's Nerd Life, my brand new channel. And I want to say thank you guys so much for checking us out, and I hope you'll subscribe. So yeah, I've been waiting since June to see Hamilton. I bought the tickets like literally right after the Tony Awards when they won for Best Musical. There was an announcement on Twitter that there were some tickets available, and I got a seat, and I will show you a picture of where I sat. I was in the 4th row over on the left, so it was kind of obstructed, which is why I was able to get a ticket at a decent, cheap-ish kind of rate. So I couldn't see everything that was happening on the right, but it was okay. I really thought it was tremendous. I don't even know where to start, Petty. Where should I start? So first of all, just so you know, I've been obsessed with Hamilton for a very long time now, I don't even know how long it's been. So I've read everything, I've watched every video, I know the soundtrack by heart. So if you're a big Hamill fan, you might be wondering if you'd be disappointed with the show now that the original cast is gone, or maybe it's a different production, like if you're out in Chicago or LA or seeing the tour. And let me tell you, I don't think you'll be disappointed. And there are a lot of good reasons. I might get a little spoilery, I'm sorry if I do. I mean, I think most people know the plot and stuff already if you've listened to Hamilton, or if you've read anything about history. And I'm also really tired because I just got home and I just was talking to my friend, that Disney mom, and I'm like, I have to do this now while it's fresh in my mind before I go to sleep, but I probably won't be able to sleep because I'm just like I can't believe I just saw Hamilton. Okay, so first, the cast. Everyone in it tonight was in the playbill. There weren't any substitutions. I'll tell you who was in the show tonight. You had Javier Munoz as Hamilton, and he was amazing, amazing, amazing. Lexi Lawson is Eliza. Brandon Victor Dixon as Burr, and he was amazing as well. Mandy Gonzalez as Angelica, who was awesome. Instead of going through them all, I'll show you guys, and you can pause it if you want, and you can see who was in it. And it was Taran Killam's last night, and it was also Seth Stewart's last night. And Seth Stewart, I was really surprised by him because Daveed Diggs is amazing, and I thought that Seth Stewart did a great job in that role. And Taran Killam, actually, I thought he was a little more maniacal. I've seen some bootleg performances of Grave, but like they were like a little, you know, he obviously sang a little different. He's got a different range and stuff, but he did really well. But then like he just kind of went into this like deep evil laugh, and he stuck out his tongue a bit, and he was a little cheeky. And his part is a little bit, he has some parts in the play that you just don't even see because they're not on the soundtrack. So that was kind of cool. I always have loved the King George songs. They're some of my favorites. Who else is really good? Javier Munoz is amazing. I adore Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think he's amazing. I love him. I love his heart. I love everything he does for the world to make it more awesome. But I feel bad and like a traitor that I thought Javier was just so good. Like, he was so good. And it's almost like he's almost feels like Lin-Manuel's brother. Like at some points you think it is him, but it's not. And his voice, I just think there's like a more, I don't know, there's something about his voice. And there was one part in It's Quiet Uptown at the end when he sings like there's just so much emotion in his voice that I was just like, oh, kill me. That's one of the songs that just kills me. And I didn't cry. I thought I would walk in and just cry the whole show like I did when I first saw Les Mis. I just cried the whole time. That did not happen, but at the end, you know, with the bullet and all that, and then that whole last song just always kills me. And even though I know it's coming, and just seeing it and being so invested in it, I just was tears at the end. And that last song, you know, Who Tells Your Story, even when Eliza sings that, has always just made me cry. Just thinking about it just chokes me up. And even though I have seen lots of clips and performances in the documentary, it doesn't prepare you for how cool the staging and the choreography is. It's amazing. Like, the farmer refuted was actually such a really funny scene, and I loved that part. And there's a couple other ones that were just, there were, oh, what's the one? When they're going around showing the Reynolds pamphlet. Like, have you read this? Like, that scene was really great. It was so funny. And there's like, they really just make such really cool use of like the circular stages. They have 2 circles that spin, and they just make such cool use of it. But the dancing is just like, it's so organic and modern and cool. The whole show is operatic. There's no breaks. There's not a lot of dialogue. The dancing is just so ingrained in everything that's going on. And even like when they're moving furniture around on the set, it's part of the choreography, and that is very cool. I mean, if you've ever seen the clip of when they've done the Battle of Yorktown and the world turns upside down, they're like literally like carrying chairs and things upside down. It's really cool. And like the costumes are really simple but so effective and just really cool. And I just, oh my gosh, I just love Jefferson. He's so flamboyant, and like you kind of get it from this song, but in the performance, like there's just a lot of cheeky things that he does. And Burr, oh my gosh. Burr has a lot of sassitude. One thing I never noticed in the Schuyler Sisters, there's a line when they're like, someone in a rush next to someone, what is it? What is the line, Penny, in the Schuyler Sisters? When he pretty much is like, someone looking pretty, and he goes like, someone looking pretty, like he's talking about himself. I never thought that before, so that's a little bit of a spoiler. So there's a lot of things like that you might not have gotten from just listening to it, or like, because just listening to it, it kind of just sounds like everybody's sitting in the room together, but there actually might be upstage, downstage, on the ladder, you know, different places. It's very, very interesting. The staging is very cool. This is the choreography, the costumes, the performances. I mean, and I really was looking forward to seeing a different cast, because I listen to the soundtrack like almost every day. I listened to it this morning even. So having different people perform it is amazing. And anytime you get to see a live show, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like Broadway. I mean, you're having that experience for you and those whatever 1,000 people, however many there are in that stage. And no matter how much things are choreographed and practiced and rehearsed, there's always going to be something different. You never know. Maybe somebody improvises or breaks or makes a mistake, and you wouldn't even know, but they know it. But it's live, and that's what's so amazing about Broadway or theater. And you know, if you can't see Hamilton, hopefully someday there is a recording of the original. They'll release it, and I'm sure they're gonna make it a movie. I don't know how, but someday they're gonna make a movie of it. It's just too popular not to. But you never know. You can try the lotteries. It's gonna be on tour. It's going to be popular for a really long time, so I think everyone is going to have a chance to see it someday. I'm already like plotting how I'm going to get to see it again. I got to start entering the lottery because I really want to know what was happening on the right side of the stage. It was amazing. So just my mind is just blown, and like I said, for knowing so much about it going into it, that my mind could still be so blown is phenomenal. Just everything about that show. My favorite shows of all time are like Wicked and Les Mis and Rent, and I don't know, I think Hamilton just blew them away. It's just so amazing. It's so poignant, so important, like the messages. During the Battle of Yorktown, when they say, immigrants, we get the job done, there's like huge applause going on right there. One of the other things I really loved, like I said, was how characters still could make the performances that are so well known, whether, you know, through the soundtrack or the clips that you've seen. They just really made it their own. Like Taron Killam definitely made that role his own. There was a scene where Mandy, who is playing Angelica, at the end of Satisfied, she like hits this note that you're like, wait, that's not on the recording. And when she came out to sign playbills, someone asked her about that, and they said that that was actually in the original, but they had changed it for Renee. So that was kind of cool. And then there are some other parts. Oh, there's a part that is not on the soundtrack that is only slightly sung, but there's actually one. It's a very dialogue-y part, and it's a big plot point too, but I'm not going to spoil that for you guys. It was a very touching scene too. And man, that Burr is like so amazing. Like Leslie Odom Jr. was so amazing as Burr, but Brandon, like, his performance was so great. Like, Burr has such great songs, like Wait For It, Dear Theodosia, The Room Where It Happens, you know, and his performance is just fantastic. He was there, when he was singing Dear Theodosia, he just is like sitting there in a chair. It's like such a quiet performance for these two really bombastic characters, for Hamilton and Burr, and they're just having these quiet moments. It's such a beautiful song, and they're just sitting there in chairs, but just, it's so minimalist but so perfect. Like, you're just so connected to it. I find that really just fascinating. Like, it was such a nice little simple moment because it's just the two of them on the stage, and I just thought it was really beautiful. What are some of my other favorite parts? Of course, like the intro was the Alexander Hamilton song is always one of my favorites. When they're at Francis Tavern getting drinks and you first meet like Lafayette and Mulligan and Lawrence, like they're doing this whole thing where they're like banging on the table that you don't hear in the soundtrack. That was super cool. And the staging of that whole song makes a lot more sense because it's kind of like a time, there's time involved in that song that you don't see. Penny just sat on my phone and it started playing. The rewind scene when they go from helpless into satisfied, and that is so cool. That whole staging was amazing. Like, some of the slow motion effects are amazing, like in the duel and the world's turned upside down, and so cool. And I think also the Eye of the Hurricane. So many good, amazing moments. Yeah, I don't even think I could pick one favorite moment because it just really amazed me. When I listen to the soundtrack, I tend to start at the beginning and then just stop it when I'm like leaving for work or something. So I don't always listen to it all the way through. So I don't always get to the second half. I don't get through it all the time. And it's not, some of it's not always my favorite, but I did still really love the whole second act. I thought it was so, it's just very emotional and very heavy, and that's the part where I cry a lot because all the sad things happen. And the beginning is just kind of like fun, and there's a lot of action and battles, and it's really cool. But the emotion is definitely in that second half, and and I'm proud of, I'm pretty impressed that I didn't just bawl. You know, Washington's speech, when I listen to that song, I cry. The duel thing, oh, just Philip, just all makes me cry all the time when I'm listening to it. If I listen to it at work, I just start crying. Oh, it's embarrassing. I'm such a mess. But I absolutely loved Hamilton so much. I am already thinking about, I have to start entering the lottery and try to get tickets to see it again. Like I said, I can't wait. I need to see it again. I need to be there all the time is how I feel like. I don't know how I'm gonna sleep tonight. I've been waiting so long to see this. I just don't know how I'm gonna sleep. Yeah, so I want to hear from you guys. Are you Hamill fans? Who is your favorite character? What is your favorite song? Have you seen the show? Are you going to see the show? Please comment down below and let me know, you know, if you're into Hamilton. I want to know all about it. Let's talk about it. Let's geek out over it together in the comments. I think it'll be so awesome. I want to thank you guys so much for coming to hang out at my new channel, Miss Robin's Nerd Life. And there's Penny. I told you guys she'd be in our videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll have more Broadway, more Hamilton videos. I'm gonna be sharing a video of my adventures today. I was all over New York City exploring Hamilton's New York, and I even visited his grave, and it was really touching to kind of go there, and it was beautiful. So yeah, check it all out, and thanks so much for watching, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!